Miranda, 12 years since. Thy mother was the Duchess of Millen, and a princess of power, and her only heir a princess no worse issued.
Oh, the heavens! What foul land we know we came from thence, or blessed was it we did?
Both, my girl. By foul play, as thou sayest, we were heaved thence. My brother and thy uncle called Antonio. I loved, and to him put the manage of my state. The government I cast upon my brother, and to my state grew stranger, being transported and wrapped in secret studies. Thy false uncle, dost thou attend me?
Most heedfully, O good mistress, I do.
Pray thee, mark me. I, thus neglecting worldly ends, all dedicated to closeness and the bettering of my mind, in my false brother awaked an evil nature, who did believe he was indeed the Duke. The treacherous army levied, King of Naples, being an enemy to me inveterate, hearkens my brother's suit. Treacherous army levied, one midnight, fated to the purpose did Antonio open the gates of Millen, and in the dead of darkness the ministers for the purpose hurried thence me and thy crying self.
Wherefore did they not that hour destroy us?
Well demanded, wench, my tale provokes that question. Dear, they durst not so dear the love my people bore me, nor set a mark so bloody on the business, but with colors fairer painted their foul ends. In few, they hurried us aboard a bark, bore us some leagues to sea, where they had prepared a rotten carcass of a boat, not rigged, nor tackle, sail, nor mast, the very rats instinctively had quit it. There they hoist us, to cry to the sea that roared to us, to sigh to the winds whose pity sighing back again did us but loving wrong.
How came we ashore?
By providence divine. Some food we had, and some fresh water that a noble Neapolitan, Gonzalo, master of this design, did give us rich garments, linens, stuffs, and necessaries. Knowing I loved my books, he furnished me for mine own library with volumes that I prize above my title.
When I might ever meet that man? Now, pray, madam, for still 'tis beating in my mind, your reason reason for racing this sea storm?
No, thus far forth. By accident, most strange, bountiful fortune now, my dear lady, hath mine enemies brought to this shore. Here cease more questions. Thou art inclined to sleep. Well, 'tis a good dullness, and give it way. I know thou canst not choose. Come away, servant, come. I am ready now. Approach my Ariel, come.
All hail, great master! Great man, hail, and come to answer thy best pleasure to thy strong bidding task. Ariel, in all her qualities.
Hast thou spirit performed to point the tempest that I bade thee?
To every article. I boarded the king's ship. Now in the beak, the waist, the deck, in every cabin I flamed amazement. Sometimes I divine and burn in many places. On the topmast, the yards, the bowsprit, would I flame distinctly, then meet and join.
My brave spirit, who so firm, so constant that this coil would not infect his reason.
Not a soul but felt a fever of the mad and played some tricks of desperation. All but mariners plunged in the foaming brine, quit the vessel, then all afire with me, but the king's son, Ferdinand, the first man that leaped, cried, "Hell is empty and all the devils are here!"
Why, that's my spirit. But was this not nigh shore?
Close by, my master.
But are they, Ariel, safe?
Not a hair perished. On their sustaining garments not a blemish, but fresher than before it is outbathed me. And troops I dispersed them about the isle, but the king's son have I landed by himself, and sitting, his arms in the sad knot.
Of the king's ship, the mariners say how thou hast disposed.
Well, safely in harbor is the king's ship, the mariners all under hatches stowed, who, with a charm joined to their suffered labor, I have left asleep.
Ariel, thy charge is exactly as performed, but there's more work.
Is there more toil? Since thou dost give me pains, let me remember thee what thou hast promised, which is not yet performed me.
How now? Moody, what is thou canst demand?
My liberty.
Before the time be out? No more.
I pray thee, remember I have done thee worthy service, told thee no lies, or without or grudge or grumblings thou didst promise to beat me a full year.
Dost thou forget from what a torment I did free thee?
No.
Thou liest, malignant thing. Hast thou forgot the fowl which Sycorax, who with age and envy was grown into a hoop? Hast thou forgot her?
No, ma'am.
Thou hast. I must once in a month recount what thou hast been, which thou forgett'st. The damned witch, Sycorax, for mischiefs manifold and sorceries terrible, that blue-eyed hag was hither brought with child, and here was left by the sailors. Well, thou wast then her servant, and for thou wast a spirit too delicate to act her earthly and implored commands. Refusing her grand hest, she did confine thee, by help of her more potent ministers, and in her most unmitigable rage, to a cloven closet, within which lift and prison thou didst painfully remain a dozen years, within which space she died and left me there to weep and wail alone, save for the child she did litter here, a freckled whelp hag born, not honored with human shape.
Yes, Caliban, her child!
Do I say so? It's that Caliban whom now I keep in service. Thou best knows what torment I did find thee in. It was mine art when I arrived and heard thee that made gain upon and let go.
I thank thee, master.
If thou more murmurest, I will rend an oak and peg thee in his knotty entrails till thou hast howled away 12 winters.
Pardon, master, I'll be correspondent to command and do my spirit in Egypt.
Do so, and after 2 days, I will discharge thee. Go, make thyself like a nymph of the sea, be subject to no sight but thine and mine, invisible to every eyeball else. Go take the shape. Go, hence with diligence. Awake, dear heart, awake! Thou hast slept well, awake!
It is strange as your story put heaviness in me.
Shake it off. Come on, we'll visit Caliban, who never yields his kind answer.
'Tis a villain man I do not love to look on.
But as 'tis, we cannot miss it. Well, it does make our fire, fetch in our wood, and serves in offices that profit us. What ho! Slave Caliban! business for thee. Come thou towards when?
As wicked do as ever. My mother brushed with raven feathers from wholesome fen, drop on you both. A southwest blow on ye and blister you all o'er. This island's mine, by Sycorax my mother thou takest from me. What else came first? Thou strokest me, maddest much of me. Wouldst give me water with berries in it and teach me how to name the bigger light, and how less that burn by day and night. And then I loved thee. Curse thee, I did that so. All the charms of Sycorax, toads, beetles, bats, I knew!
Thou most lying slave, I have used thee, filth as thou art with human care, and lodged thee in mine own cell, till thou didst seek to violate the honor of my child!
Oh, would have been done, thus didn't prevent me. I had people us this out. No Caliban.
Which any amount of goodness will not take. Be capable of all ill, I pity thee. Took pains to make me speak. Taught me each hour one thing or other. When thou didst not, savage, know thine own meaning. Though thou didst learn have that in it which good natures could not abide to be with. Therefore was thou deservedly confined to this rock, who has deserved more than a prison.
Oh, you taught me your language. Then my provenance I know to curse. The red blood brings you for learning me your language.
Hence, hence! If thou neglectst or dost unwillingly what I'll command, I'll rack thee with all cramps, fill all thy bones with aches, make thee war that beast shall tremble at thy
Now, pray thee, I must obey. Her art is of such power, it will control my damned God sent of us, and make a vassal of him.
So, slave, hence!
Where should this music be? If the air, the earth. It sounds no more, and sure, it waits upon some god on the island. Sitting on a bank, weeping again the king. My father rests. This music crept by me upon the waters, allaying both their fury, my passion, and its sweet air. Thence I followed it, or did draw on me rather, but 'tis gone.
The fringed curtains of thine eye advance, and say, what thou seest yond.
What is it? A spirit? Lord, how it looks about. Believe me, ma'am, it carries a brave form, but 'tis a spirit.
No, wench, it eats, and sleeps, and hath such senses as we have. Such, this gallant which thou seest was in the wreck. Well, thou mightst call him a goodly person.
I might call him a thing divine, for nothing natural I ever saw so noble.
Spirit, fine spirit, I'll free thee within 2 days for this.
Oh, most surely goddess on whom these airs attend. Oh, my prime request, which I do last pronounce is, oh, you wonder whether you be maid or no.
No wonder, sir, but certainly a maid.
Oh, my language, heavens! For I am the best that speak this speech, were I but where it is spoken.
How the best? Well, what wert thou if the king of Naples heard thee?
I myself am Naples, who in mine eyes beheld the king, my father wrecked.
Oh, alas, for mercy.
A word, good sir, I fear you have done yourself some wrong. A word.
Why stays my mother so ungently? This is the first man that e'er I saw. The first that e'er I sighed for.
Oh, if a virgin and your affection knock on forth, I'll make you the queen of Naples.
So, soft sir, one word more. They are both in either's powers, but this swift business I must uneasy make, lest too light winning make the prize light. Thou dost here usurp the name thou owest not, and hast put thyself upon this island as a spy, to win it from me, the Lord, on it.
Now as I am a man,
There's something ill can dwell in such a temple.
No, speak not you for him, he's a traitor. Come, I'll manacle thy neck and feet together. Sea water shalt thou drink. Thy food shall be the fresh brook mussels, withered roots, and husk wherein the acorn cradled. Follow.
No, our resistance entertainment to mine enemy has more power.
Oh, dear mother, make not too rash trial of him, for he is gentle and not fearful. Beseech you, mother.
Oh, hence, hang not on my garments. To the most of men this is a Caliban, and they to him are angels. Follow me. outdo me.
Be of comfort. My mother's of better nature, sir, than she appears by speech. This is unwanted.
Come, follow, speak not for him.
Beseech you, sir, be merry, you have cause. So have we all. Of joy, for our escape is much beyond our loss. For thee, peace.
He takes comfort like cold porridge.
The visitor will give him a lower, so... methinks her garments are now as fresh as when we put them on first in Africa, at the marriage of the king's my daughter Caliban. King Tutus. You cram these words into mine ear against the stomach of my sense. Would I never married my daughter there for coming thence?
My son is lost.
Sir, he may live. I saw him beat the surgeons and ride upon their backs. I not doubt he came alive to them.
No, he's gone.
Sir, you may thank yourself for this great loss. The fault's your own.
My lady Sebastian, the truth you speak, the lacks of gentleness and time to speak it in. Prithee no more. Thou dost talk nothing to me. Nay, my good lord, be not angry.
What? Also soon asleep? I wish mine eyes would, with themselves, shut up my thoughts. I find they are inclined to do so.
We too, my lord, will guard your person while you take your rest and watch your safety.
What a strange drowsiness possesses them.
It is the quality of the climate.
Why did they not than are, I would say? I find myself not disposed to sleep.
Nor I. My spirits are nimble. What might, worthy Sebastian, oh, what might. And yet methinks I see in thy face the occasion speaks to thee. And my strong imagination, I see a crown dropping upon thy head.
What? Art thou waking?
Do you not hear me speak?
'Tis a sleepy language, and thou speakest out of thy sleep. What is it thou dost say?
Noble Sebastian, thou lest thy fortune sleep, die while thou art waking. Will you grant me that Ferdinand is drowned?
He's gone.
Then tell me, who is the next heir to Naples?
Clarabelle?
Clara. She, the queen of Tunis. She that can have no note unless the sky will post.
What stuff is this? Who say you? 'Tis true my brother's daughter is queen of Tunis, so is she heir of Naples. Twixt which regions there's some space.
A space whose every cubit seems to cry out. How shall Clarabelle measure back to Naples, keep with Tunis, and let Sebastian wake? Tell me, say that this death that now hath seized them, were they no better than they are now? Do you understand me?
Methinks I do. I do remember you did supplant your sister Prospero.
True, and look how well this garment is upon you.
But for your conscience?
Ay, madam, where lies that? Here lies your brother, no better than the earth he lies upon. If he were that which now that he is like, that's dead, whom I with this obedient steal 3 inches of it, and lay to bed forever.
That case, dear friend, shall be my precedent. Establish Millen, I'll come by Naples. Draw thy sword, and one stroke shall free thee from the tribute which thou payest. And I, the queen, shall love thee.
Draw it together, and when I rear my hand, do you delight to fall it on Gonzalo?
Oh, but one word.
My master through art foresees the danger that you, her friend, are in, and sends me forth, or else her project dies. Awake! Awake!
Now can angels preserve the king? Well, how now? Awake! Why are you drawn? Wherefore this ghastly looking? What's the matter?
Whilst we sit here securing your accounts, even now we heard a hollow burst of bellowing, like bulls or rather lions. Did not wake you. It struck my ear most terribly.
I heard nothing.
Oh, 'twas a din to find the monsters here. It was the roar of a whole herd of lions.
Courteous, Gonzalo.
Upon mine honor, sir, I heard a humming, a strange one too, which did awake me.
Lead off this ground.
and will make further search for my poor son.
Oh, heavens, keep him from these beasts. Pretty sure the island.
Lead away.
Prospero, my lord, shall know what I have done. So king, go safely on to seek thy son.
Oh, all the infections that the sun sucks up. From bogs, fens, flats. Don Prospero fallen, make her binge meal disease. Dark spirits hear me. Then yet I must need curse. But they'll nor pinch me, fright me with urchin shows, nor pinch me in the mire, or lead me like a firebrand in the dark out of my way, if she bid 'em. Hello. Here comes the spirit of hers, and to torment me for bringing wood in slowly. Off that, pretend she will not mind me.
Seriously, there was doors round about any weather at all and another storm brewing. I hear it sing in the wind. What have we here? A man or a fish? Dead or alive? A fish. It smells like a fish. A very ancient and fish-like smell. A strange fish. Legged like a man and its fins like arms. This is no fish but an islander that has lately suffered by a thunderbolt. Alas, the storm is coming in. My best place to keep under its gravity there. No other shelter hereabouts. Misery acquaints a man with strange bedfellows. I will hear a shroud to the dregs of thorn.
I shall no more to see. Shall I die ashore? Oh, this is a very scurvy tune to sing at a man's funeral. Well, here's my pleasure. Now from the top, make it drop. What's the matter? Have we devils here? Do you put tricks upon with savages and men of in? The spirit torments me. Where the devil should he learn our language? Well, I'll give him some relief if it be but for that. Come on your ways. Open your mouth.
I should know that voice.
Doth thy other mouth call me?
Stefano, if thou be Stefano, touch me and speak to me, for I am Trinculo.
If thou beest Trinculo, come forth. Thou art very Trinculo indeed.
And art thou living, Stefano? Oh, Stefano, do me apologies.
Hey, do not turn me about. My stomach is not constant. These be fine things. If they be not spirits, that's the brave God and bear celestial liquor. I will kneel to him. I'll swear upon thy God to be thy true subject, for the liquor is not earthly.
Stefano, hast thou any more of this?
The whole butt, man. My cellar is hid in a rock by the seaside where my wine is hid. How now, moon calf? How does thine ague? Hast thou not dropped from heaven? Out of the moon I do assure thee. I was the man of the moon when time was. I will show thee every fertile inch of thy island, and I will kiss thy foot, I prithee thee, be my God. I will kiss thy feet, I swear myself thy subject. Come on then, down and swear. I will show ye the best springs, I'll pluck thee berries, and fish for thee, and give thee wood enough. Thou wilt plague upon the tyrant that I serve. I will bear her no more sticks, but follow thee, thou wondrous man.
A most ridiculous monster. To make a wonder of a poor drunkard.
Trinculo? Mm-hmm. The king and all our company else being drowned. We will inherit here! Here, bear my bottle, we'll fill him by and by again. Oh, farewell, master, farewell. Farewell, brave monster, lead the way.
This my main task, be as heavy to me as odious. Where the mistress I serve quickens what's dead, and makes my labors pleasures. Oh, she is 10 times more gentle than her mother's craft. She is composed of harshness. I must remove some thousands of these logs and pile them up upon a sore junction. My mistress weeps when she sees me work and says such baseness. I never like executor. I forget. But these sweet thoughts do refresh my labors, most busiest when I do it.
Alas, now pray, work not so hard. I would delight to burn the logs that you are enjoying to pile.
Almost your mistress, the sun will set before I shall discharge what I must strive to do.
If you'll sit down, I'll bear your logs the while.
Oh, precious creature, I had rather crack my sinews, break my back, than you, to such dishonor undergo while I sit lazy by.
It would become me, as well as it does you, and I should do it with much more ease. My goodwill is to it, and yours it is against.
Oh, no, noble mistress, 'tis fresh morning with me when you are by at night. I do beseech you. What is your name?
Miranda. Oh, my dear mother, I have broke your hest to say so.
Admire, Miranda. Indeed, the top of admiration, worth what's dearest to the world. Full many a lady I've eyed with best regard, and many a times the harmony of their tongues hath into bondage my to a diligent ear. But you, oh, you are so perfect and so peerless, are created of every creature's best.
I would not wish any companion in the world but you.
I am in my condition a prince, Miranda. I do think a king. Yet, hear my soul speak, the very instant I saw you did my heart fly to your service. There resides, making me slave to it. And for you, am I this patient logman?
Do you love me?
Oh, heaven on earth! For what is to the sound that I, beyond all limit of what dearest to the world you love, prize, and honor you? Wherefore weep you?
I might unworthiness, that dare not offer what I desire to give, and I shall take what I shall die to want. I'm your wife, if you'll marry me. If not, I'll die your maid to be your fellow. You may deny me, but I'll be your servant whether you will or no.
My mistress dearest, I, less humble ever.
My husband, then.
I, with a heart as willing as bondage your freedom. Here's my hand.
And mine, with my heart in it. Now, farewell, till half hour hence.
1,000.
So glad of this is they I cannot be who are surprised withal. But my rejoicing at nothing can be more. Out to my book, for yet ere supper time must I perform much business appertaining. Tell not me, when the bun is out, we'll drink water, not a drop before.
Servant monster, drink to me. Servant monster, the folly of this island. They say there's but 5 upon this isle. We are 1, 2, 3 of them. If the other 2 be brains like us, the state totters.
Hey, servant monster, drink when I bid thee. Thy eyes are almost set in thine head.
Wilt thou be pleased to hearken once again to the suit I made to thee?
Marry will I. Kneel and repeat it.
I shall stand, and so shall Trinky.
As I told thee before, I'm subject to a tyrant, a sorcerer that by her cunning hath cheated me of the island.
Thou liest!
Thou liest, thou jesting monkey! Thou I would my valiant master would destroy thee. I do not lie.
Trinculo, if you trouble him any more in's tale, by this hand I will supplant some of your teeth.
Why, I said nothing.
Nothing. And no more. Proceed.
I say by sorcery she got this isle from me, she got it. If thy greatest will, revenge it on her. For I know thou darest, but this thing dare not.
That's most certain.
And thou shalt be lord of it, and I'll serve thee.
Well, how now shall this be compassed? Canst thou bring me to the party?
Yea, my lord, I will yield her thee asleep where thou mayest knock a nail into her bead.
Thou liest, thou canst not. Didst thou not say he lied? Thou liest. Oh, do I so? Take that Like this, give me the line. Another time! Did not give the line! Although your wits are buried too!
Now then, forward with your tale. Pray thee, stand further off.
'Tis as I told thee. 'Tis a custom of her arrive the afternoon to sleep. There, thou mayst bring her. Having first seized her books. Remember first to possess her books, because without them, she's but as soon as I am. Burn but her books. And that most deeply to consider is the beauty of her daughter. She herself calls her a nonpareil.
Monster.
I will kill this woman. Her daughter and I will be king and queen, save our graces. And Tranquillo and thyself shall be viceroys.
Dost thou like the plot, Tranquillo?
Excellent.
What is this saying?
Art thou afeard? No, monster. Not I. Be not afeard. The isle is full of noises, sounds, and sweet airs that give delight and hurt not. Oh, sometimes 1,000 twangling instruments will hum about mine ear. Oh, and sometimes voices, if I had waked after long sleep, will make me sleep again. Oh, and then in dreaming, the clouds methought would open. They show riches to drop upon me. And when I waked, I cried to dream again. This shall prove a brave kingdom to me, for I'll have my music for nothing when Prospero's destroyed.
Hey, this town is going away. Let's follow it and have the door work.
Fire lacking. I can go no further, sir. My old bones ache. By your patience, I need you, Sir Archangel.
Oh Lord, I cannot blame thee, and myself attacked with weariness. To the dulling of my sense, sit down and rest.
Not for one moment for the purpose you resolve to effect.
The next advantage will be taken thoroughly.
What harmony is this? My good friends, hark.
You are 3 men of sin, being most unfit to live, and I have made you mad. Your swords are now too massive for your strength and will not be uplifted, but remember, for that's my business to you, that you 3 from Millen did supplant good Prospero, she and her innocent child, for which the powers delay not forgetting, have incensed the seas and shores against your peace!
In the name of something holy, sir, why stand you in this trench?
Oh, it's monstrous! Monstrous! Methought the billows spoke and told me of it. The name of Prosper did please my trespass, therefore my son I use his bedding, and I will sink him deeper than e'er hath plummet sounded, and with him there on one moment!
All 3 of them are desperate. Their great gift like poison given to work a great time after now against the bite spirit.
Follow, I pray you! If I have too austerely punished you, your compensation makes amends, for I have given you here a third of mine own life. We'll sit then and talk with her, she is thine own. What Ariel, my industrious servant Ariel?
What, my good master, here I am.
Thou and thy meaner fellows your last service did worthily perform, and I must use you in such another trick. Go bring the rabble over whom I give thee power here to this place.
Presently.
I with the twink. Look thou. Be true. Do not give dalliance too much the rein. The strongest oaths are straw to the fire and the blood. Be more abstemious, or else good night your vow.
I warn you, madam, for my cold virgin snow upon my heart abates the ardor of my liver.
Well, now come, my Ariel, bring a corollary rather than want a spirit. Appear in Turtley. No tongue, all eyes. Be silent.
This is a most majestic vision, harmoniously charming. Now be bold to think these spirits.
Spirits, which by mine art I have from their confines called to enact my present fancies. I have forgot that foul conspiracy of the beast, Caliban and his confederates against my life. The minute of their plot is almost come.
Brothers with some passion that works so strongly.
Never till this day saw I her touched with anger so distempered.
You do look, my son, in a moved sort, as if you were dismayed. Well, be cheerful, sir. Our revels now are ended. These are actors, as I foretold you, were all spirits, and are melted into air, into thin air. And like the basest fabric of this vision, the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, the great globe itself, yea, all which it inherit, shall dissolve. And like this insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a rack behind. We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with a sleep. Sir, I am vexed. Bear with my weakness, my brain is troubled. Be not disturbed with my infirmity. If you be pleased, retire into my cell, and there repose. A turn or two I'll walk, to still my beating mind. We wish for peace. Come with a thought, I thank thee, Ariel. A spirit we must prepare to meet with Caliban. Say again, where dost thou leave these varlets?
I told you, madam. I left them red hot with drinking. There I put them through tooth-briar, sharp furzes, pricking gorse and thorns that entered their frail shins. At last I left them in the filthy mantle pool beyond your cell, there dancing up to the chins. They cannot budge till you release.
This was well done, my bird. Thy shape invisible retain thou still. The trumpery in my house, go bring it hither for stale to catch these thieves.
I go.
A devil. A born devil on whose nurture can never stick. I will plague them all. Even to roaring. Come, hang them on this line.
Right, tread softly. But the blind mole may not hear a footfall. We're now near her cell.
Monster, I do smell a horse piss, at which my nose is in great indignation. So is mine. Do you hear, monster?
If I should take this pleasure,
You lie, my lord! Give me thy favor still. Be patient, for the prize I'll bring to thee shall hoodwinked this mischance. Therefore speak softly. All's hushed to midnight yet.
Aye. But to lose our bottles to the pool.
there's not only disgrace and dishonor in that, but an infinite loss.
Prithee, my king, be quiet. Seest thou here? This is the mouth eye of the cell. No noise, and enter. Do that good mischief which will make this island thine forever, and I thy Caliban for thy footlicker.
Oh, King Stefano! Oh, Piro, worthy Stefano, look! What a wardrobe is here for thee!
Let it alone, thy food is but trash.
Put off that gown, Trinculo, bite his head out!
That gown! Thy grace shall have it!
The drowsy drown this fool.
Aye, what do you mean to dote such on this luggage? Let's alone and do the murder first. If she awake, from toe to crown she'll fill our skins with pinches, make us strange stuff.
Monster, lay to your fingers, or I'll turn you out of my kingdom. Go, Tail, carry this. And this. Yes, this too. Thou shalt carry this one.
Shorten up their sinews with aged prance, and more pitch-spotted make them than part of Cat of Mountain. Let them be hunted soundly. At this hour lie at my mercy all mine enemies. Shortly shall my labors end, and thou shalt have the heir at freedom. How fares the king and his followers?
Confined together, in the line group with weather-finned your cell, they cannot budge to your release. The king, his sibling, and yours abide all three distracted in the remainder mourning over them. Your charm so strongly works them that if you now beheld them, your affections would become tender.
Dost thou think so, spirit?
Mine would, madam, were I human.
Go release them, Ariel. My charms I'll break, their senses I'll restore, and they shall be themselves.
I'll go fetch them, madam.
I have given fire and rifted Jove's stout oak with his own bolt. The strong based promontory have I made shake, and by the spurs plucked of the pine and cedar. Graves at my command have waked their sleepers, oped and let them forth by my so potent art. But this rough magic I here abjure. And when I have required some heavenly music, which even now I do, to work mine end upon their senses that this airy charm is for, I'll break my staff, and deeper than did ever plummet sound, I'll drown my book. There, stand for your spell stopped. Oh, good Gonzalo, my true preserver and a loyal sir, I will pay thy graces home both in word and deed. Most cruelly didst thou, Alonso, use me and my daughter. You, brother mine, that entertained ambition, expelled remorse and nature, who with Sebastian would here have killed your king. I do forgive thee. My dainty Ariel, I shall miss thee, but yet thou shalt have freedom. So to the king's ship, invisible as thou art. Behold, Sir King, the wronged Duchess of Millen, Prospero. Well, for more assurance that a living princess does now speak to thee, will I embrace thy body, and to thee and thy company I bid a hearty welcome.
Whether thou beest she or no, I fear a madness held me, and it must be true. A most strange story, but how should Prospero be living and be here?
You do yet taste some subtleties of the isle that will not let you believe things certain. Here. Welcome, my friends, all. But you, my brace of lords, were I so minded, I here could pluck his highness's frown upon you and justify you traitors. At this time I will tell no tales. For you, most wicked sir, whom to call brother would even infect my mouth, I do require my title of thee, which, perforce, I know, thou must restore.
Whether thou beest Prospero or no, how should thou come on the island where not 3 hours since I lost my dear son Ferdinand?
Well, I am woe for it, sir. To make the dear loss have I means much weaker than you may call to comfort you, for I have lost my daughter.
A daughter? Oh heaven, that they were both living in Naples. When did you lose your daughter?
Well, in this last tempest, I will requite you with as good a thing, at least bring forth a wonder, to content ye as much as me my title.
Sweet lord, you play me false.
No, my dearest love, I wouldn't for the world.
Most high miracle.
Though she's threatened, they're merciful. I've cursed them without cause.
How many goodly creatures are there here? How beauteous mankind is. Oh, brave new world that has such people in it.
'Tis new to thee.
Who is this maid with whom last I played? Is she the goddess that had severed us and brought us back together?
No, sir. She is mortal. But by immortal providence, she is mine. I chose her when I could not ask my father for his advice, nor thought I had one. She is daughter to the famous Duchess of Millen.
Look, Daddy God, and on this couple drop a blessed crown, for it is you who have chalked forth the way which brought us hither.
I say amen, Gonzalo.
Was Millen thrust from Millen that her issue should be kings of Naples? Oh, rejoice! Give me your hands. Let grief and sorrow still embrace his heart, that doth wish you joy. Be it so. Amen. Well, look, sir, there's more of us.
The best news is that we have safely found our king and company next to our ship, which but 3 glasses since we gave out split as tight in yarn, bravely rigged as when we first put out to sea.
Madam, all the service have I done since I went.
Oh, my tricksy spirit.
These are not natural events. They strengthen from strange to stranger. Say, how came you hither?
Well, if I did think, sir, I were well awake, I'd strive to tell you. Alas, we were dead of sleep, and how we know not, all clapped under hatches.
Was well done?
Well, bravely, my diligence, thou shalt be free. Set Caliban and his companions free, untie the spell. Well, how fares my gracious sir? There are yet missing of your company some few odd lads that you remember not.
Oh, Setibus.
These be brave spirits indeed! Though how fond my master is!
I'm afraid she will chastise me. I shall be pinched to death.
Hey, is this not Stefano, my drunken butler?
Well, she's drunk now. Or had she wine?
Oh, my intriculo is reeling right. Where have they found this great liquor that hath killed them? Get me? Yeah, okay. How camest thou in this pickle?
I have been in such a pickle since I saw you last.
Now, Stefano.
Touch me not, for I'm not Stefano, but a cramp. Oh, you be king of the Isles, Sierra? I should have been a sore one then.
Oh my. This is the strangest thing I ever looked upon.
It is as disproportioned in its manners as in its shape. This thing of darkness, I acknowledge mine. Go, Sierra, to my cell. Take with you your companions. As you look to have my pardon, trim it handsomely.
Aye, that I will. And I'll be wise hereafter and seek for grace.
Thou what a thrice double ass I was to take this drunkard for a god! Worship that dull fool!
Go to, away.
Hence, restore your luggage where you found it.
Or stole it, rather.
Sir, I invite your highness and your train to my poor cell, where you shall take your rest for this one night. And in the morn, I'll bring you to your ship, and so to Naples.
I long to hear the story of your life, which must take the ear strangely.
Well, I'll deliver all, and promise you calm seas, auspicious gales, and sail so expeditious that shall catch your royal fleet far off. Antonio.
Fool.
Ariel, that is thy charge. Then to the elements. Be free, and fare thou well. Strength I have mine own, which is most famed. Now 'tis true, I should be here confined by you or sent to Naples. Let me not, since I've my title got and pardon the deceiver, dwell in this bare island by your spell, but release me from my bands with the help of your good hands. Gentle breath of yours, my sails must fill, or else my project fails, which was to please. Now I want spirits to enforce, art to enchant, and my ending is despair. Unless I be relieved by prayer, which pierces so that it assaults, mercy